To this day, I have no idea why they stopped promoting Omos all of a sudden. This is a guy who was in a tag team with AJ Styles, and then he splits from him and he squashed him in a match basically, just randomly. On Monday Night Raw one time, he squashed him. You're establishing this guy as a fucking top monster, right? And just look at the guy. You know, in your heart of hearts, man, you know, nobody in the fucking roster can actually beat this guy in real life. And I am not saying that that's the only thing that matters, but it has to be taken into account to some degree, man. You can't just fucking not book him at all, because here is the thing. Triple H, when he took over, of course he didn't want to book Omos because Omos can beat everybody's ass, and Triple H has some sort of a fetish for fucking stupid looking jobbers for some reason. So he stopped booking Omos because there is no scenario where somebody like Johnny Gargano can believably beat Omos. That's just not gonna happen. Or even Seth Rollins, man. Like, Seth Rollins had a match with Omos. It didn't make any sense. Omos should be squashing somebody like Seth Rollins, whether anybody likes it or not, man. That's what needs to happen. Here is the thing. When Rey Mysterio became champion in 2006, he was still getting his ass beaten up by people who were way bigger than him. The great Khali was still beating the living crap out of Mysterio just because he's way bigger, man. So Batista had to come up and save the guy. That's how it works. That's what was happening back then as well. And it was a bit disappointing. You can argue that, hey, there is a degree of unfairness here because at the end of the day, this is not a real fight. But you have to present it like a real fight. And it doesn't make any sense, man. You had Omos, who lost to only like main eventers if you think about it, right? He never lost to a mid-carder, not that I can remember. He lost to people like Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins at one point as well. And Seth Rollins is also technically like an upper mid-carder or main eventer, so that's just that. From that to just completely disappearing without winning any titles, it doesn't make any sense, man. Like, just fucking book the guy. Now some people are gonna say, oh, but he can't wrestle, you know? He can't wrestle. He's gonna botch every move. Have you seen the show right now? Have you seen the show? Did you see the last episode of Raw? Every match had like a million botches. Even the commentators are fucking botching everybody's name and doing fuck all. So if you can accept that, tell me what's wrong with Omos. From what I remember, he was a bit green, but I don't remember him botching anything. His moveset's a bit simple compared to other people, but so what? Good for him. I don't know. I don't care about that, man. He had a good moveset for who he was, and it was alright, man. And here is the thing. I don't know why people expect somebody like Omos to wrestle like AJ Styles. That's not gonna happen. You know? It's not gonna happen. He's way too big for that, first of all. And he is always gonna be a little stiff, I think. If you're being very honest. Unless he fucking trains real fucking hard or something and becomes really exceptional. I don't know. But I don't understand this, man. What's the problem with booking a guy like him? I really think that if Andre the Giant was supposed to debut today, people are gonna complain about it. They're gonna say, oh, this guy is stiff. This guy is stiff, man. Where is Kevin Owens? I would rather see Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens can cut a promo when he very clearly cannot cut a promo. It doesn't make any sense. What's wrong with people nowadays? What's wrong with Triple H? Triple H, when he took over, it was so obvious that he's trying to kind of say fuck you to Vince McMahon, and he also thought that the marks on the internet are gonna support him, and initially they did. Austin Theory is another example of that, man. That guy beat John Cena at WrestleMania, and from that to where he is right now, I don't give a fuck if he's a part of the Vision. Everybody knows it's not the same, and odds are it's never gonna be the same for him now. It's just never gonna be the same. So it's just that, man. I really do think they should have tried Omos. They should have given him a push, maybe like the world title. He could have beaten Seth Rollins. Now some people are gonna say, oh no, you're crazy. I wanna see Seth Rollins versus Tommaso Ciampa. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, it's unbelievable how stupid some people can be. Omos, just for his size, will draw people, man. He's gonna draw attention just because of who he is. He's luckier than others in this context, man. Whether you like it or not, he is. That's how it works. There is no actual giant in WWE right now if you think about it. Strowman got fired and he was a giant, but he wasn't, I don't know. He wasn't like the Big Show or Mark Henry who are like super heavyweights. He was a super heavyweight, but I think there is a difference between guys like the Big Show and the Great Khali and the guys like, I don't know, Lesnar maybe or Strowman, or they might be Kane, yeah, Kane as well. They're not super heavyweights. I think they're heavyweights, but they're not super heavyweights. And I personally always saw Braun Strowman as a heavyweight, not a super heavyweight, you know? Like he could run around as well. You can't see Omos or the Big Show running the way Strowman used to run. You know what I mean? So that's just always there. There is no super heavyweight right now. Why not? Because it's supposed to be presentation of real fights, right? It's not real, but it's supposed to be like that. And of course there is an aspect of story, so you can't just have super heavyweights and be like, oh, no one can beat these guys, so there you go, fucking real. But there has to be somebody there. At least a couple guys. Back in the day there were so many. There was Big Show, Mark Henry, Khali was there, Big Daddy V if you remember him, Kane, The Undertaker, obviously those guys were there. But there were quite a few people. That's the point. Right now, who's there, man? Everybody's tiny as fuck. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what this guy's doing. I really think he needs to stop listening. By he, I mean Triple H and all the other jerk-offs that's around him. These people need to stop listening to all these dumb fuck marks, man, and use their own fucking brain. The formula is already there. I know they don't have the creativity to fucking come up with something original or something new, but the formula about what works is already there. Why are they fucking doing some nonsense that's a bunch of wannabes? Here's the thing, right? There are a bunch of people on the internet who wanna feel superior. And you will see this a lot with things, right? Like, something's mainstream and it's good. There are always gonna be a bunch of people who are gonna say, oh, this is crap actually. This other thing that nobody fucking knows about, that's better. And very rarely, very, very rarely, that actually might even be the case. But usually, it's not. And this is one of those cases, man, where some people say that the wrestling that happens in Japan is better than fucking WWE when it's clearly not. It's stupid, man. And I think the people in charge right now, they have fallen prey to this nonsense. I don't see this changing anytime soon, quite frankly. And it's just that, man. It's pretty fucked up. It's only gonna get worse from here, I feel like.